It's Monday and we are in Birmingham. We're at the NEC and myself and Cody are coming up. It's an annual tradition for us. We've come up to one of the industry expos to meet some of our equipment suppliers, consumable suppliers on the production side of things. We're just going to spend a couple of good few hours up here today, me and Cody, meeting some connections, looking at some of the latest and greatest in the equipment space and see if we can look at improving some of our buying on our consumables and just try and make everything a little bit better. Take some of our problems that we've got at the moment, bring them to some of the suppliers here, try and build things a little bit better. So we're going to hopefully bring you along around the expo and yeah, that's what we're up to. Let's go.
Hello. Dad. You're late. I think that's a general. We're all in agreement on that.
And as a point, I think we have the web alternative tag, which basically just means that it's good to use.
Yeah, perfect.
It might be worth also putting a price and verified on there, just to make sure that they're happy with it, because otherwise people will question.
Yeah, definitely. The template for quotes on Monday we were going to change the custom fields out and everything, so we've done that.
That's all done.
Are you happy with it?
I'm just curious as to any feedback on it, if you've had any mention.
Not anything, mate, no, not really. No, feedback's normally good.
I done a quote the other day, but it was for like probably the worst possible one, which was the in-house tow. Yeah. And the quote was like that on.
Customers, you've got customers that if they don't know everything about it, they won't go with it. And you've got some that if you overwhelm them, they won't go with it. So you're trying to appease both. I just think that in like a couple of the complaints we've had recently, more information will cover.
So there's one thing that I saw a quote Harrison did. The reason why I left the item description in there is because we need to have consultants need to have some power to manipulate what people see. For example, Harrison had a quote come in, 100 units, we'll get onto this, but Harrison had a quote, 100 units, can't do 100, it's 500, so we deleted the 100, replaced it with the 500, and he wrote in the description, MOQ 500, and then sent it.
Right.
I then previewed it, and because in the template I've already put the minimum order quantity, he said 500 MOQ, and then it says underneath 500 MOQ. Which is fine, like in your scenario where it's like, make sure the customer knows, they can't miss it. If they miss it now, then they are, they're losing it.
Yeah.
So, it's clear, it's in your face, which is a good thing, but maybe it's a case of, okay, Harrison, you don't need to do this, but also he doesn't see what the template looks like unless he checked. And then it will tell you MOQ, what colour it is, blah, 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 and then at the bottom we've got unless otherwise stated, delivery and sale.
Can we change that to free, unless otherwise stated free?
Yeah, but we had this conversation.
I was going to say, unless otherwise stated free in big bold caps, because I just think it sounds sexier than deliveries included. It sounds like it's a win for me. Personally, I just think it's one word.
Yeah,
it's a subtle word change. But
I just think that sometimes customers ask for like breakdowns of all the gears and stuff like that, and they go, "Well, your competitor is £12 delivery. What's your delivery?" And then they go, "It's free." Yeah, and then they go, "Well, it's clearly not." But yeah, okay, try it. But yeah, it's a minority, but we have come on to that before.
Oh no, that was it.
It's Wednesday, and my head is frazzled. Just been putting some visual control up for the guys, and I've just thought it was all clever, labelling up goods out, and goods in, and I put the goods out where the goods in should be and the goods in where the goods out should be. So now Nathan thinks it's quite funny. He's had to walk off to compose himself because he's laughing. Other than that, it's going bloody marvellously, Sam. Stay behind my desk, try and do these things, and I'll just make it worse than it was before. Whoa. very health and safety conscious here. Attempt 2. Good zip. Does that look alright, Sam? Yes. Good. The goods in is good. It is a good job that we made some space in the warehouse last week, because it was like worlds aligned. And just as we cleared some space, we had an order coming that's being onward shipped. One of our factories produced for one of our customers, and we produced tens of thousands of branded coat hangers. Can't show you them, unfortunately, because it's a confidential project that we're working on for a brand. But yeah, really exciting, and but we'll be quite glad when they've got 6 pallets full of wooden branded coat hangers that are being shipped onwards, and it's literally tens of thousands of the things. So they're here, and before you know it, half the warehouse is taken up again full of these pallets. So exciting. But for those of you that message and ask what exactly do you do, we literally put your logo or company logos on anything. So everything from a pen to lanyard to uniform to coat hangers, you name it, we usually brand it. And I just thought it'd be a funny little example of some of the weird and wonderful stuff that you probably see in shops every week that you take for granted, such as branded coat hangers. And that is what we do at Totally Branded. For those who message each week and are confused as to what we do, that is what we do. And here we have more coat hangers. Didn't go to the gym this morning. Oh my word. So this container is pretty much filled with crap. It's become, you know, we're not ashamed in saying I'm sure there's other companies that go through the same, but this is like the junk cupboard for us. We seem to have developed a few junk cupboards, but this is one of the bigger junk cupboards. We've got loads of stuff in here that just sort of has seemed to congregate. Old bits of equipment. We had a load of old embroidery machines in here up until a week ago. Now we've sold them off, some old version of the embroidery machine. Now we've just got loads of sort of old stuff that's accumulated and built up, old mug press ovens and all sorts of different bits and bobs. And what I want to do is try and free this container up with the team, so that another container that's round in the side car park, we can move that stock over here, and this can actually be a container that's justifying it's sitting here taking up the square footage. So the plan is to get Cody and John and see if they will help embark on the mission of clearing this container out, getting that container stock moved over here, and all this stuff got shot off, so we can be a little bit more efficient, less distance to travel when we're carrying the stock in, and try and just tidy it up a little bit and stop wasting money on this container that is quite frankly just sitting here accumulating dust and rubbish. So obviously not like, so the way I see it is obviously all of our roles directly contribute to the smooth running of production, but we don't operate the machines per se. But without everyone here, that is impossible to run the machines. So my take is just forget who does it, whose role is it, responsibility. Let's just brain dump all the stuff day to day, week to week that needs to be done. Then we're starting from scratch and we're reviewing the duties of each role and what works and who's responsible for what. So we can like reset. Now we've had a lot of change and understand who should be doing what, who shouldn't be doing what, is there overlap, where is there like more bandwidth maybe, where is there not enough bandwidth, how can we try and get it running a bit better, yeah? Anything else? Yeah, just remind me what that is.
Section on Monday of where the jobs are done, but they're still.
Okay, when they complete a job, I'll go around and work on.
Yeah.
Make sure it's not marked off.
Yeah, that's the thing where
if they ring in the morning and go, this is still saying it's away in this, but is that what it is?
No, that's on Zero. This is on the.
Are we doubling up there? Are we doubling? Are we doing double work? I suppose we've got to. Well, so you need to mark it as it's been dispatched internally, but then also the DHL tracking number and the status of the digger needs to be changed. Is that right?
They don't have to.
They don't have to.
It means when both have to do it separately. I do 100.
Thursday morning, and it's one of these rare occasions where I'm back as we was probably 15 episodes ago, where it's just me and the GoPro. Just thought I'd jump on this morning. It's early doors and I'm in at the desk just catching up on a few things, going over a few emails that have been building up, responding to a few things. Got my sort of journal out, just kind of brain dumping current priorities, where needs the most attention, trying to sort in some sort of order as to what I'm going to tackle first in terms of the biggest challenges across the business, and just kind of reviewing the diary and that sort of stuff. And that's what we're up to this morning. Got a really frustrating bug with our website this morning, which we've been working on, really trying to land grab a little bit more of the orders for printed cotton tote bags. Which has all been great, and our marketing for it's been doing well. We've had an influx of orders be placed online on our e-commerce platform, and what I've just noticed going through them is that there's some sort of bug in the system where it tells you a price on the website, and when you actually go and put your card in and go to pay, it gives you some massive discount. So we're not selling them at a loss, but we're making about 5% gross margin if we're lucky. So bit frustrating, so I've just had to do a bit of a screen video to show the devs what needs fixing and what on earth's happened, so they can delve into that today. But yeah, probably one of those things that if I hadn't have gone looking, it would have just flown under the surface. So yeah, I'm glad I've done that this morning. And then I'm going to be heading over to production in a minute to have a little look at thrashing out a few default diaries for some of the sort of senior admin team, coordinators, supervisors, that sort of stuff, because we're just trying to sort of get a little bit more clarity on roles and expectations as to what we need to be achieving by the end of the day, because I feel like we've grown very quickly. Some lines have been blurred and there's sort of a bit of a lack of clarity on what needs to be done by when and by who. So we're just sort of realigning on that, and we've been working on it a bit this week around the whiteboard, but now we're really sort of thrashing it out and getting it into documented form. Once we're clear as a sort of, that team are clear and got full understanding, it's documented and it's visually presented, we can then push it out to the wider team in the sort of all hands meeting, so that there's a clear understanding of what the lines of communication. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I thought I'd just jump on. This GoPro has got 2%, so it's going to die any minute. Something I've been asked about quite a lot recently in the comments is our Stream Decks, the use of Stream Decks within the company. And these have actually been transformational for us, and I would strongly recommend anybody give them a go if you haven't already. So we went to visit a company called Seating Matters. One thing I really believe in is getting out of environment and going to spend time with other businesses, other business owners, other colleagues in similar roles to you in other organisations. But yeah, I appreciate that not always that's possible. In some sectors they're a little bit, you know, dubious of that. We're not. But what I would say is that, like, for example, Seating Matters, they are a seating manufacturer. And we went and spent a day with them in Ireland at their facility around the lean journey they've been on and a lot of things they've implemented that have really helped their business. And this was one of my biggest takeaways from it, is that they've rolled out Stream Decks to basically everybody that has a desk-based role, effectively. And the origins of the Stream Deck, as I understand it, was it's mostly used in media and gaming and that sort of stuff as like shortcuts. Think of a shortcut on your keyboard, but double as quick in my eyes. And basically what these little gizmos do is you can code into them. When I say code, you just configure it in the app. It's really simple to do. And you basically say shortcuts. So if you imagine the time that's wasted every day, if you're in an administration role and you send the same email every day, so good morning, this artwork is approved. Good morning, can I please request a quote for blah, blah, blah. Imagine you've got people in your business that are doing the same repetitive task day in, day out, sometimes multiple times a day. And then imagine how many, if you've got multiple people doing that, in our case, which we do have, the seconds that you could save, but multiply that by people, by days, by weeks, by months, by years, and the time you can get back for the team to work on proactive tasks rather than doing very menial, non-value added tasks. It just blew my mind. And so we immediately went out and invested heavily in making sure that everybody that could benefit from one of these had one. And a lot of the team, when we first presented it, were a bit like, what do I want that for? And now speaking to them, they absolutely love it. So, you know, some of our biggest wins has been, you know, things like when somebody emails in and says, what's the VAT number? That's configured on here. I don't need to go and go, oh, where's the VAT number? Go to an invoice, copy and paste it. I hit one button, VAT number, and it'll paste the VAT number into an email, into a form, whatever it may be. Getting into a shortcut for the bank. How many times do you type in your bank, but use the tab at the top, you go to the bank, but then it's go, do you want business, do you want personal, what page do you want, da, 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 da. How many seconds are you losing? And just in our finance team alone, in logging into a few systems, we basically worked out that we've added back nearly 2 weeks a year to our finance director in just menial, non-value things like that where they're clicking the button. It's just been transformational. So if you haven't got a Stream Deck, I would strongly recommend investing in one because they have just been a game changer for us. So yeah, Jackie, Stream Deck.
Yeah.
Has it helped you?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. It's good for chasing up sort of multiple clients at once.
Yeah.
Going through your quote board and being able to follow up with pretty much everyone.
Sending like when you're sending like repetitive
exactly.
email, yeah. Because how many times a day would you say you sent that same email?
Well, I didn't before. I just did it at the time.
Oh, of course, right.
Every single email to every single customer.
So you wouldn't have been able to do those follow-ups and
exactly
that.
that.
Yeah,
So
because finding the time to type them out day in, day out. And
efficient.
you could, I guess, I mean, there is an argument to say that you could just copy and paste the email, but do you think this is quicker?
I've done that before, and it definitely saves a lot of time just pressing the one button.
Yeah.
So
Has there been anything else other than the emails that you've really found it useful for?
a fair bit on there in terms of suppliers, just opening up certain websites like the
Yeah.
production checker.
Oh, so literally to open the schedule, the production schedule within one
of course.
click. Yeah, it just makes such a difference.
And there's just loads of templates stored on here, so I've got like account development ones if I want to jump into that.
Oh, so you've got
preloaded.
subfolders of different emails.
Yeah,
I didn't even know it could do that. I
So
need
yeah,
to try that.
got all
Wow.
sorts- There's a different follow-up types depending on what I need to do. So
Yeah.
whether it's a customer I've not heard from in a while, or I need to follow up when they've just had a quote. Visual,
Oh, so you've
or
coded
visual.
quote follow-up for visual, subject visual required.
Yeah, I've got an exhibition one.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had a New Year follow-up that I need to get rid of, but I might turn that into like an Easter one.
So you can rechange it,
all
yeah.
sorts of different
Oh, that's
ones.
amazing.
Yeah,
So you're in all, it's worth the investment.
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Good, mate.
Absolutely.
Would you recommend other people get them, Jack?
Absolutely.
Sold. Thanks, mate. Well, gang, it's Friday, and it's almost the end of the day. And apologies, this week is going to be a shorter episode than usual because it has been absolutely crazy week, to be honest with you. We've been to Birmingham, we've been in production, we've been with the sales team, we've been with the product team. We literally haven't stopped. I feel pretty worn out, and I've got loads to do tomorrow on Saturday when nobody's around. I can have the whole office to myself, undisturbed, and I get a bit more done tomorrow. But we're heading over now for the last hour or so of the day to bottom out some final bits with some of the warehouse team. There's some role changes that we're going to pilot next week. And it's been so to the wire today that Sam is even capturing the update of what we're up to as we're both walking down the street, which is a new one for Sam. I'm worried he's going to fall in the road at any moment. But yeah, no, it's been actually a really good week. To wrap up, we've moved a lot of stuff forward, loads of great things going on, this was supposed to be a year of minimal investment, but given last year's huge capex, and we were trying to just sort of, try and see some of the rewards for that investment. And we're in February already, and everywhere I look just seems to need investment. You know, today having a conversation about putting a new leased line in, where effectively, for anyone who doesn't know, we're on just standard like routers at the moment. I don't know, with BT, it's like fibre or whatever, but where we're just growing and there's more and more people in the buildings using the Wi-Fi, it keeps dropping out, we keep getting issues with it. And I think from when I'm speaking to a few professionals, we're just hammering it. And when we're doing more stuff like the media and different data work and different things that we're doing, it's causing a lot of grief. Big thanks to that lorry now who's beeping in the background. But yes, we've been having a call this afternoon with BT about them digging up and putting a special lease line in. It's all going on. But yeah, all in all, wrapping up and feeling pretty good. The rain has stopped. It's another week done. We'll see you next week.